Happy holidays, everybody. This is week 16. Let's jump right into it right here on Top 10. All right, the number 10 team this week is the Los Angeles Rams. Now, the Rams, they kind of worked themselves into the top 10. The Rams had a slow start this year. Now they're playing good football. The Los Angeles Rams are my number 10 team. The number 9 team is the Dallas Cowboys. Now, the Dallas Cowboys, they've toyed with the middle of the top 10 for most of this year. Now they're dropping. They're down to number 9. You don't kick the Dallas Cowboys out of the top 10. Dallas Cowboys are a real good football team. Got to be consistent on the road. They're my number 9 this week. My number 8 team is the Kansas City Chiefs. Kansas City is slowly dropping, but they're still a legit team. KC had a big loss this week versus the Raiders. Patrick Mahomes had a tough time. Patrick Mahomes had a couple of interceptions, and unlike Patrick Mahomes, he helped the Raiders beat the Kansas City Chiefs. But the Chiefs are still my number 8. My number 7 team is Philly. Now, Philly had a win this week versus the Giants. Phillies did beat the Giants, but they won a game. They had a 3-game losing streak. Now they're winning again. Philadelphia is my number 7. My number 6 team is Cleveland. Now, guys, listen. Cleveland Browns are doing it with Joe Flacco. They have one of the best defenses in the NFL. They're tough on D, big-time defensive line. But Joe Flacco is playing like he's 25 years old. He's looking smooth. But better what? Joe Flacco is looking better now than he looked when he played. This is a new Joe Flacco. And he's looking confident. Joe Flacco is playing like he has nothing to lose. He's doing well. My number 5 team this week is the Buffalo Bills. Now, Buffalo has been consistent now for the last 3 or 4 weeks. When everybody counted Buffalo out, Buffalo said, no way, we're not going to count ourselves out. Josh Allen's playing big-time football. Buffalo is my number 5, and boy, they are coming. That is the team that is ascending. The number 4 team this week is Detroit. Now, Detroit had a rough stretch during the year, but now Detroit is consistent every week. Offense, defense, coaching. Everybody loves Dan Campbell. Detroit is playing some elite football. They are the top in my top 4 in the NFL this week. The number 3 team is the Miami Dolphins. Hey, Tua this week had another nice week versus the Cowboys, and Miami is legit. They have all the speed. Oh man, just fast football team. They look really good in the win this week versus the Cowboys. Miami lands at number 3. The number 2 team in the National Football League is the San Francisco 49ers. Now, they've been number 1 for the last month. San Francisco had a game that I know they want to forget. Brock Purdy threw 4 interceptions. They kind of put it all in Baltimore's hands, and Baltimore took advantage of it. Right now, San Francisco is number 2. I couldn't drop them any lower. San Fran is a legitimate football team. They had a bad day at the office like everybody else, but they're still in my top 2. The number 1 team, a team that's been in my top 5 the whole year, and everybody finds a way to kind of like ignore them and take them for granted, and that is the Baltimore Ravens. Baltimore looked like they played defense yesterday with 15 guys. I mean, they're all over the place. They're intercepting, they're sacking, they're running, they're hitting. And Lamar's on the offense, being a Houdini. The receivers, Zay Flowers, I mean, they're a Rookie of the Year type guy. Baltimore is legit. Right now, Baltimore is a top team in the league. They just took San Francisco. That could be our Super Bowl. But Baltimore is, right now, this week, the number 1 team in the National Football League here on Top 10. And these are the rookies that stood out. Without rookies, there's no NFL. On yesterday, the 3 guys that jumped out first, Puka Nacua. Puka Nacua for the Rams. Puka had 9 catches for 164 yards. Puka Nacua is for real. Right now, this year, he's been their best receiver and arguably the best offensive player on the Los Angeles Rams. Puka Nacua is legit. The second rookie that did good things on yesterday for me was Jahmyr Gibbs. Jahmyr Gibbs had an electric day on yesterday. He ran for 2 touchdowns and 80 yards, but he did it in really nice fashion. You can see the moves and the quickness. Jahmyr Gibbs is going to be elite. Detroit has himself a big-time rookie in Jahmyr Gibbs. The third rookie, and this rookie has been exciting. The whole league's catching on to him, and that's Zay Flowers. Zay Flowers now, out of Boston College, for the Baltimore Ravens. Every week he makes a catch, but after the catch, there's flair. He's dramatic. This guy can make you excited. Everybody watches him and loves what they see. Zay Flowers had 9 catches, 72 yards, and a touchdown for Baltimore in their big victory versus the San Francisco 49ers. Zay Flowers is the real deal.
Hello, everybody. It's time for Q&A. I'm LaSonya Whitt. Let's get right into this, Lionel. Christmas Day was a huge day. We thought we had the MVP picked out, but it was such an upset with San Francisco and Baltimore. Tell us who's the MVP.
I don't know who is the MVP. After watching that game yesterday, Lamar came in there. Everybody thought it was Brock Purdy. Everybody was singing Brock Purdy. Lamar comes into that place yesterday and rips the trophy away from him. Right now, for me, the MVP is Lamar Jackson. Lamar just dominated. Baltimore dominated. Great defensive play. Lamar was on top of his game. Right now, it's Lamar for me.
Lamar. You heard it right here on Top 10. He said it's Lamar. Okay, now let's break this down. The Dallas Cowboys. Who are they? At home, they can beat them. On the road, they lose. Tell us what happened.
The Cowboys have played that song for some years, in that when the boys are home, they're tough to beat in that big stadium. They're tough at Jerry's World. On the road, it's a different team. Nobody can figure it out. If you could figure it out, send it to Jerry Jones, because it ain't working. It ain't working. On the road, it's a different team. It's the same players, but a different team. I don't know.
Wow. He showed it right here. He said he don't know, so we're going to agree with Lionel. He's the expert. He doesn't know, we don't know either. If you have any questions or comments, put it in the chat. If you agree or disagree, right here on Top 10.
All right. This is wrap up for week 16. Whether you like it or not, hey, put it in the chat. Until then, everybody loves football.